Alright, y'all, so let's talk about Miyazaki's latest and apparently final film of their career, and that is The Boy and the Heron. This is a film that I just got the chance to check out, and let me tell you a little bit of backstory with Miyazaki and myself. One day, just watching, scrolling TV, Toonami, of course, is on, and on comes Spirited Away. And after that, I think everything shifted and changed for me all those decades ago, and I was just like, I need more of this. And here we are, 22 years later, with Miyazaki's final film, which is going to be The Boy and the Heron. So this was a long time coming for Miyazaki after he had announced retirement back in 2013, and of course then he worked on some shorts, and apparently that ignited the passion. And then a book called How Do You Live, which is inspired by this movie as well, came. Well, I'm not saying the book was inspired by the film, I'm saying the book inspired the film, according to Miyazaki, and now we do have this movie that is honestly, I think, such a grand spectacle, and in the best way possible. So let's get on with it, but before we do, make sure you're following us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all those good stuff, all provided somewhere here. We're running some giveaways on Instagram for the end of the year, so stay tuned for those. Those will be announced tomorrow, and I'm super excited to start getting more into a lot of videos, because we have a lot of catching up to do. There's like 40 plus movies I haven't done a video for, and my goal is to get as much as half of those out before the end of the year, as well as my top list and all of that. So it's going to be a race to the end for 2023, but we're excited for 2024 and everything it's bringing. Of course, Sundance is coming up, so more on that later. But let's talk about The Boy and the Heron, which I just absolutely love. So for context, I watched this in the dubbed version because I was always going to do that. Robert Pattinson, Willem Dafoe, Florence Pugh, and a ton of other amazing actors and actresses in this. I was just ready to see this film be brought to life and on the big screen, because I have never seen a Miyazaki film on the big screen. I was like, I need to watch this one so many times, and they do it a lot where I'm from. They do these like Ghibli festivals where they replay the movies on the big screen. I've been wanting to do Spirited Away as well as Princess Mononoke and My Neighbor Totoro on the big screen, and always just passes by and I forget, and when I remember, it's past. I was like, I'm gonna watch this on the big screen, and I did. And let me tell you, it was such a beautiful piece of art to see all of these vibrant colors, these amazing set designs, these beautiful creatures that just are Miyazaki. They are Miyazaki, and that's exactly what I was looking for when it came to the art and to everything about how this film looked on the big screen, and I was blown away by it. I really was. I really do think that Miyazaki delivers some of the most gorgeous and beautiful like artwork we've seen in an animated film in a while with The Boy and the Heron, and it just goes back to those classic tales. It just feels like a classic Miyazaki, but at the same time, it feels fresh and new, and you can really tell the maturity between each movie as well. And that's not exactly saying that one was less than the other. It's just you can really tell the time and the period Miyazaki is in making these, and it really just is such a fleshed out film. Overall, I think that the art and animation here is gorgeous. Now, the acting is on another level for me, honestly. Robert Pattinson as the Heron was a big surprise for a lot of people, including myself, and that was one of the big selling points for me. Of course, Miyazaki's final film, that was the biggest thing, but I also was like, Robert Pattinson as the Heron, that was a role I thought Willem Dafoe was going to be playing. But let me tell you, when I saw that first clip as Robert Pattinson as being the Heron and the voice he was doing, I was just like, I'm going to the theater, I'm seeing this, I don't need to see a trailer, you sold me. And I think that all of the actors here do a great job at really giving this very complex and insanely like detailed and just heartbreaking fable. A life is exactly what I wanted, and I got it so good. You do have Joe Hisaishi here doing the composition for the soundtrack, and Miyazaki, Joe Hisaishi, just a combination you always want to have, and I really did love the songs here. The music here is very much so whimsical. It is a heartbreak. It is also just a hope-filled like soundtrack that is just going to have you in the field, especially with everything that's going on the screen at the same time. It is just so well like a combination that works unlike any other I've seen this year. Music is such a huge thing with movies, and it definitely has to be great. Just in all of it, I had to go home and I was like, I'm going to listen to the soundtrack and everything now, because it is just something beautiful, honestly. So I really did enjoy that aspect of it. Like I said, the dubbed version is what I watched, and I gotta give it to the actors here. They did an incredible job at really portraying these characters here. There are some scenes where there is some insanity going on, and these characters are just all over the place, and the way that they are able to do their voices as well as project these emotions in this very complex, very heartbreaking story, I will say as well, is just incredible. I really was teary towards the end with some of these moments that happened, and I was just like in awe about it all. I do want to rewatch it in Japanese because I do hear people say the Japanese version, well, the original version, is great as well, so I definitely do want to check it out again in Japanese. And I just gotta say, I really do always think that they have been doing such a great job when it comes to dubbing, especially if you get the right actors and everything. They can really do amazing work. Robert Pattinson really blew me away here because I was not expecting that voice from Robert Pattinson. Just from hearing the behind the scenes and how he prepared for this voice, it just goes to show that he really loves this craft, and I'm excited to see what comes next from Robert Pattinson. I think there's so many themes, there's so many messages, symbolism in this film. It is going to take a long video to really get into all of that, but I think the overall themes and messaging, I think of like moving on and seeing the world for what it is and appreciating the beauty that there is something that just really touched me. And I think it is coming at such an important time as well, and at the same time you have Miyazaki reflecting on their own life as well. It's just so many of these things in the melting pot that makes such a great message overall. This is Miyazaki's final film, I don't know, but I think it is a great film to end such an illustrious career and really look back at it with this film, because that's sort of what the film does in a way, and I don't want to give too much away, but it is a movie about going back and looking back at everything and seeing what was important, what was not. And I really do hope, if this is Miyazaki's final film, that everybody is able to appreciate the work that they have given to us, because they have made this world that much better with their art and just everything they've accomplished and given to us. So overall, we love The Boy and the Heron. It is one of our favorite films. The dubbing was amazing, the music was incredible, the story is beautiful, and it is just one of those films that I cannot stop thinking about, and I probably will hold dear. Just that first time like I watched Spirited Away, this is how I felt watching The Boy and the Heron, just in complete awe and wonder, and I loved it. So we give The Boy and the Heron 5 stars out of 5. We've been giving a lot of 5 stars lately, but let me know what you think about The Boy and the Heron. Are you excited for this film to come to Blu-ray, come to home entertainment so you can watch it at home? Because I surely am. I gotta dissect it. There's so many scenes I want to see again and again and again. So really loved it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Make sure you follow us for more on the things you love in pop culture, and I'll see all of you next time. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff right here, or our website, www.culturelixir.com. As always, stay safe, stay positive.